the cloud. All right, gang. Good to see everybody. Okay, so slider, can of something, lightweight dumbbell if you've got it, and a bench if you've got that. We can do without almost everything, as you know. Welcome to Wednesday Morning Strength. We're going to go ahead and get started with our usual stretching. So go ahead and invert your toes, little hamstring work here. And then we're just going to rotate back and forth, penguins to toe-ins, nice straight back. Just rotate back and forth here. Try to wake everything up from being horizontal all night. Nice job. Remembering that if you want to keep me in the center, you can pin me. Oh, Joanna had a very good suggestion. I'm going to say it again because I started the recording after. So this morning you need a can of something, lightweight dumbbells, sliders, and a bench if you've got it, or a couch, something like that to do bird dog row on. All right, we're gonna move on to knee to chest. So bring your knee to your chest. Hi, Celine, you made it. Sorry I didn't get your email to first thing this morning, but I'm glad you're here. Okay, knee to chest on the other side. Really nice, upright, tall, balanced position here. Pulling that knee to the chest, not chest to knee, the other way around. There we go. Good squeeze of the glutes, hamstrings, etc. One more time each side. And the left side. Nice. All right, next up is quad stretch. Knee pointing straight down towards the foot. Heel to your bum. Okay, extend the other hand into the air. Nice work. And switch to the other side. Flip again. Oh, feels good. Just push down a little bit. Push against your foot, against your hand with your foot. Increase that quad stretch a little bit. Just feels good to kind of push that quad into activity this morning. For those of you on our ride last night, it was another Lance Watson brutal over under. So I'm definitely feeling it this morning, those quads. All right, Gwen Jorgensen stretch, right foot over left. What are we doing? Right foot over left. I almost did a hamstring stretch. Right foot over left and then lean to the right. There we go. Good side body stretch here, hip flexor. And switch to the other side. There we go. Switch again. And again. All right, now we're going to do those walkout lunges. So everybody on the bottom of their mat here. Hamstring, start with a hamstring stretch, so a pike. All right, walking your hands out to a plank. Bring your left foot up outside your hands. So this is lizard lunge right here, feeling this through the groin, through the glute, through the hamstrings. And then go ahead and leave your right hand on the ground and stretch up with your left hand so you get that good rotation through the mid-back, thoracic spine, intensifying that stretch in your left glute. Nice. All right, left hand back down to the ground, back to plank, back to pike. And then go back down and do it again on the other side. Plank. Right foot comes up next to your hands. Lean into that right knee a little bit so you get that good glute stretch on the right side. And then leaving your left hand on the ground, stretch up to the air with your right hand. Nice job, everybody. All right, back to plank, back to pike. We have a lot to do this morning, so I am not going to dwell there too much longer. I'm going to turn off my little personal radiator here before I get too warm. Okay, we are going to start this morning with a quick core and hip sequence. It's not going to be quite what we had on Monday, for those of you who endured that with me, but it will be similar. I'll just cue you as we go through here. It will be 30, this is a quick series, 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off. We're starting with dead bug on the ground. So quick preview, dead bug, legs up the wall crunch, scissor, scissor, and then 3 different hip bridges. All right, so I will show you as we go along. So just keep your eyes riveted on the screen. This is only 10 minutes. Everybody ready? Starting with dead bug in 10 seconds. This is 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off, twice through. All right, so starting with dead bug here. 3, 2, 1, go. Dead bug, pressing that back into the floor. Really extending opposite arm and opposite leg to opposite sides of the room here this morning. I'm going to turn my speaker up a little bit so I can hear it. There we go. Now I'll be able to hear it. Nice job. Really pressing that floor into the ground, back into the ground. Okay, and rest, 10 seconds rest. Next one up, legs up the wall, or legs up the pretend wall. So straighten those legs as much as they can. They're not going to be totally straight this morning. And then we're just doing a lower ab crunch, okay? Keeping the elbows open here, so don't crunch your ears. So chest is nice and open. We're just aiming to get our shoulders off the ground here. All right, simple old school crunch, except that the legs are kind of straight, so you're getting the benefit of a little bit of hip activation and hamstring activation. It's good to get those hamstrings stretched out as many ways as possible. 3, 2, 1. Okay, next one is that right scissor crunch. We did these on Monday. So right leg is extended at about 4 inches off the ground. Left knee is bent, and we're just crunching up to that knee. So right elbow to left knee. Now, if you can't hover that right leg, right foot above the ground, no big deal. Just put it on the ground. The activation here is those obliques, that lower core, as we're doing this crunch from right elbow to left knee. You know what's coming next. It's going to be the other side. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, now left leg is extended and hovering above the ground. Right knee is bent, and go. We're doing left elbow to right knee here. So left side, scissor crunch. This might be the hardest thing we do all day. So hang in there. And remember, you can lower that foot to the ground if you need to, that left foot. Nice work. Keeping those elbows wide, chest open. Just getting that left shoulder blade off the ground. And rest. Okay, next up are just simple hip bridges. All right, we're just going up and down here. All right, we're just raising and lowering the pelvis. And go. Just activating those glutes, trying to come up to a place where your pelvis is high enough that there's a nice straight line from your knee to your shoulder. All right, activating those glutes, particularly at the top. This motion is coming from your core, your lower core, and your glutes. Okay, they're both getting into the party here. Just simple raising and lowering for this first one. Wake those glutes up. And rest. Okay, next one up. You are straightening your right leg, and the action is coming from your left glute. All right, same motion. Ready, and go. So it's single leg bridges, essentially. Single leg bridges. All right. Now, as we do these, you're still aiming. The goal is still to keep those hips level, pelvis level. Okay. Just because you've got one leg hovering in the air here doesn't mean you want to drop that right hip. All right. You're going to feel this definitely through the left glute. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, going to the other side now. Left leg is going to be extended. Right glute leg is doing the work. Ready, and go. Again, staying nice and square through that pelvis. Hips are parallel. Just take a quick glance down. Also really trying to make sure you press those hips as high as you can, even though you're only doing it with one leg. All right, nice job all. Feeling that through the right hamstring, right glute. Nice job. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, going back to the top, dead bug. Dead bug is my friend. I love dead bug. Do dead bug all day long. Okay, ready and go. Right out of the gate here, thinking about pressing that lower back into the ground. That's how you're going to get that lower core engagement. Nice job. So one of the things I love about Tuesday nights, which is last night, for those of you not keeping track of what day we're in, is that I never have to cook because I have a late Tuesday evening ride. By the time I get all sorted out, it's already 7. And rest. Okay, legs up the wall for this one, lower ab crunch. So inevitably Steve or Nate or Thomas, if he's home, cooks. Ready and go. Because as you know, we rotate in this house. That's one of the innovations of COVID. All right, keeping those elbows nice and wide here. Chest is open. Try to straighten those legs just a little bit more than last time. So last night it was turkey trot meatballs from the Shalane Flanagan cookbook. And then because Nate always forgets about the vegetable element, I quickly chopped up some delicata squash, which is like the easiest go-to carb in the world. And rest. Okay, going to scissor crunch now. So we're going to straighten that right leg, bend the left knee, and we're going to touch right elbow to left knee and go. Here we go. And then Nate made a salad. Nate's salads are always exactly the same every single time, but it was great. So I just have to shower up, finish up work, and then Nate always takes quite a long time to make dinner because he's not the best multitasker and he gets distracted with his own nibbling and listening to podcasts or whatever it is. So it's always a bit late, but that's all right. I don't have to do a thing. And rest. Okay, going to the other side. So now the left leg is extended, right knee is bent. So that's always a lot of fun. And last night there was great excitement. Go, here we go. Go left knee to right knee. Left elbow to right knee. Lots of excitement in the house last night because the Georgia senatorial race was being rerun, and it was incredibly close. Which, if you're Nate Hochman, is like an incredibly exciting thing to follow. Of course, for me, it's a complete yawner. But the family extended feed between him and his brother. And rest. All right, next up, double leg hip bridges. So the simple hip bridge. So Thomas, the younger kid, thing 2, is somewhere in Utah climbing. Ready and go. No, I think he's in Utah. Not scary when you don't even know where your kids are. So simple hip bridges here. So the two of them were bantering back and forth because, of course, Thomas is a hardcore progressive and Nate is a hardcore conservative. And it was very, very close. I think the Democrats ended up taking it. I know one of the seats was definitely my Democrat, but it was like 50% to 50% all night. Nate was losing his mind over here with excitement. Okay, and rest. Right leg extended. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but I just can't get that excited about politics. Ready and go. So right leg extended, left leg is doing the work here. Again, really focusing on bringing that pelvis high. So you've got a good straight line as you look down the line of sight from your knee to your shoulder. So that was the big excitement last night. And I went to bed before it was all counted. But as I said, I think it was 2 Democrats. And I guess what that means, of course, I could get the total analysis over dinner, is we now control, well, sorry, I shouldn't say we. It's terrible. And rest, going to the other side, the Democrats now control both the executive branch and both the House and the Senate. Ready and go. I turned to Steve halfway through Nate's political analysis over dinner and said, okay, so what does this, really mean? Like, what's going to happen in the next 4 years? And he looked at me sort of through half-lidded eyes and said, I don't know. I'm exhausted by the whole thing. So which is pretty funny coming out of my husband because he's usually right in there swinging his fists with everybody else. Nice job, you guys, bringing that pelvis nice and high. Okay, we're done. Fantastic. First circuit through. Congratulations, everybody. I'm going to move right on here to demonstrate circuit number, well, the first real circuit, as we say, because that's just a primer. Just changing my timer really quickly. 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. Stand by. 4 exercises, 3 times through. Okay, with a 15-second break, and we're good. All right, let me show you what we're doing first here. Okay, first up, this is a little bit different from what we've done before. We're doing a slider squat to a reverse lunge, all right? So you're staying on the same foot, all right? So your right foot is on the slider, your left foot is doing the work, your left leg. And what I want you to do first is we're just squatting, all right? So this is gonna be more quad and glute action. And then you bring your feet back together and then you do a lunge, all right? So we're going, just move your sliding foot back. I don't know, what is that? Maybe 2 feet. So you're really doing more of a squat motion, single leg squat, and then go to reverse lunge. All right, so we're gonna do it on the right leg, we're gonna do it on the left leg. And then we're going to do my good old favorite runner's touch, okay, or deadlift, whichever one you wanna call these. So you can do these with a dumbbell or without. If you have not been doing them, do them without a dumbbell, okay, because we're really focused on form here. So runner's touch, back up to stability, whoops, okay. Now, if you have been doing these for quite a long time, go ahead and add your dumbbell or your can of soup, and we're going to just do runner's touch with an overhead press. All right, okay, we're doing that on the left side, we're doing that on the right side. Sorry, guys, my dead bug always makes my ponytail fall out, so hang on one second. Any questions about those? So it's a slider squat to reverse lunge on both sides, and then one-legged overhead, overhead, runner's touch with overhead press. All right, everybody got that? Awesome, thank you, Olivia, thank you, Charlotte. Okay, gonna start that timer here. Also turn off my heater, which has been going since 5:30, so getting a little cuddly in here. Okay, starting in 10 seconds with that slider squat to a slider reverse lunge, okay? Starting with my right foot on the slider, and here we go. So just being really thoughtful about only moving that right foot on the slider back a couple of feet for the squat. Okay, the squat, you really want to be going kind of up and down, really vertical, all right? Whereas for the lunge, which we do all the time, you're really extending that right leg back so that it's straight. Okay, so you're really, this is kind of a multitasking exercise here because you're getting both the advantage of the squat motion with more glute and quad versus the lunge motion, which is more glute and hamstring. All right, so just play with this a little bit, experimenting. Okay, and rest. Go to the other side. So left foot's on the slider now. Make my slider bigger. Okay. Ready and go. So the other side. Of course, when I was experimenting with this, I just tried on one side. Okay. Again, trying to differentiate between the one-legged squat and the lunge. I'm finding the squat is taking a little more concentration because I have to really go up and down as opposed to back. There we go. Getting the hang of this here. Nice work, everybody. This is kind of a good activation, isn't it? I'm liking this. Might be seeing more of this one. And rest. Okay, going now to I'm going to start my first ones without weights here. So just runner's touch. You can grab your weight if you're dumbbells if you want to. So runner's touch, again, reviewing and talking to new people on the call, starting in that position of stability, nice tight core. And then we're going into making ourselves a human T. Hips are parallel to the floor, pelvis does not open up. Really loading that left side glute, but bending the knee a little bit, and then going back up to stability. Eyes straight ahead. All right, so this is more about the stability element than it is about any weightlifting or dumbbell action that you do with that overhead press. That's a nice to have. Also challenges your stability if you're getting really good at this, because it's putting a weight in one hand. But just doing good old runner's touch is fantastic as well. As you've often heard me say, I really credit runner's touch with helping me stay healthy on the run. Okay, going to the other side now. So take a rest. Right leg is now doing the work. Left leg is bent in a good position of stability, starting here, tight core, poke your core, and go. Here we go. Again, every time you come down, think about, every time you turn yourself into a human T, think about, is my left hip down or is it cocked up in an effort to stabilize myself? Look at yourself. If you're perfectly turned sideways to the camera, you can actually see if your left buttock is poking up above your right hip. I just wanted to say the word buttock because it's just such a funny word. I could have said butt or bum. Going right back to kindergarten here. Okay, nice work, you guys. Well over halfway. Good activating stretch with that right glute here. Eyes straight ahead when you come up to the top. Last one. And rest. I just want to keep doing those all day long. Okay, back to your right foot on the slider. Alrighty. I'm trying to face you guys this time. We're doing that single leg squat to a reverse lunge. So do the squat. Oh, so much easier on one side than the other. And then the lunge. Squat, which is much more up and down. Think about on the squat, only moving your right foot back a little bit and almost touching that right knee to the ground. I think that will help with technique on this. Whoa, almost fell over. Nice job, everybody. The single leg squat part is definitely the tricky one. Again, just think about staying super vertical and lowering that right knee almost to the ground. And rest. Whereas with the lunge, of course, the knee doesn't come anywhere near the ground. Okay, switching to the other side. So left foot is on the slider. So the other hilarious thing, well, it's hilarious to me. And go. Okay, so on this side, again, thinking about just lowering that left knee to the ground on the squat. So you're more of a vertical. All right. Keeping your trunk more or less horizontal. All right. So my older one, the political aficionado, Nate, is he's in a half block right now. It's a lot of colleges are doing that, I guess, right now. Is, you know, they don't really start real classes until February, but they offer kind of a half course in January. So he's on half block right now, and he's doing an independent study. And rest. Okay, going on to overhead, single leg deadlift or runner's touch, whichever one you want to call. These are pretty much the same thing. So again, you can do it without a weight or with a weight, starting with your left leg working, right side bent. All right. Anyway, so he is doing this half block independent study with the same professor for whom he's writing his thesis. So it's kind of a cheap way to get a course credit, but whatever. He's doing what he loves. And so the whole half block, which is like a week and a half, is reading this book and writing a paper on it, which, you know, he sort of laughed and said he would have read the book anyway. But of course, then we ask what the book is. And it is, oh my God, I wish you guys could have been like flies on the wall. It is an interpretation of the Lincoln presidency. And rest, going to the other side. No, let me rephrase that. It is projecting what, no, it's not even that. I was going to say projecting what might have happened if Lincoln was one of the founding fathers. That would be an interesting book. Okay, here we go. Other side, right leg's doing the work here. Overhead press if you're doing it. Again, making sure your core is super engaged the whole time. say it's looking at the Lincoln presidency because even though he told me 2 nights ago, the nuance of it is escaping me as I try to relay it to you now. But the part that was funny about it is it's through the eyes of this one political philosopher. And then he went on to tell us how the devotees of that one political philosopher, who none of us have ever heard of, have actually split into 2 camps, a West Coast camp and an East Coast camp. The East Coast being based at Harvard and rest, the West Coast being based at Claremont. And how Nate far preferred the West Coast interpretation. And then this went on and on and on. You can only imagine, and my eyes are glazing over, which is why I don't remember. Okay, right foot on the slider and single leg squat to reverse lunge. Okay, really focusing on technique here. 3rd time through, you guys. I bet we can get this. Just lowering straight down for the squat, knee touching the ground, and then straight leg back to the lunge. All right. That looks pretty good, everybody. Looks like we're getting it. Anyway, so it's just cracking me up that people, all of these, sorry, mostly men, could spend their entire careers arguing over the interpretation of someone's interpretation of the Lincoln presidency. And rest. I mean, Lincoln was a really fascinating guy, but come on. All right, other side now. So left leg's on the slider.
No.
Ready and go. Someone's got some background noise there, just whoever's talking to their partner, just FYI, which is fine with me. It just means that on the recording, it's going to bounce to you guys, which is just a bit tough for anybody watching the recording. So you may want to mute yourself. Nice work, everybody. Really going for that extension now during the lunge because you're much more warmed up than you were 5 minutes ago. Nice work. Eyes are straight ahead here, she says, reminding herself because I was looking at my feet. Hard not to look at your feet, right? You think you're gonna be more balanced if you look at your feet, but better core engagement if you look straight ahead of you. Nice job, everybody. 5 seconds left on this one. And then back to the overhead and stop, back to the overhead runner's touch. I'm gonna go back to good old runner's touch and lose the dumbbell on this one. Okay, last time through runner's touch. Left leg is doing the work. Right leg is in a position of stability. Nice tight core and go. Here we go. Should really feel your glute on these, particularly when you're in that human T position, because your left knee is slightly bent. Glute and hamstring is what you're gonna feel on the left side here, okay? And again, just super focused on keeping that those hips parallel. I know I said this like a zillion times, but I know that I'm not doing it perfectly. So maybe all you rock stars are. Nice job, everybody. Now, if you were to do these in bare feet, which looks like some of you are, which is great. Oh, and rest. It's even harder because we'll go to the other side now. Because of course you don't have the stabilizing platform of your sneakers. Sneakers being the operative East Coast word here. Okay, here we go on the other side, working on the right. And go. I will not be doing that because my cement floor in my garage is just so cold. But it's a great idea to do. In the summertime when my son's out here lifting, he's always in bare feet. I always think, oh my God, you're going to drop a weight on your foot and that'll be it. Nice job, everybody. Oh. All right, gang, I'm just going to ask whoever's talking to their partner to mute themselves, if you wouldn't mind. I'm not sure who it is. Looks like it's either Joanna or Celine. Nice work, all. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right, gang. First circuit done. Let's move on. Any questions about any of those? Looks like everybody got the hang of that squat slider by the end. Okay, terrific. We're going to move on. Next up, we've got circuit number 2, which is switch leg lateral lunge. Let me make sure I move my sliders well out of the way here. All right, we've done these before. Switch leg lateral lunge. It's just a lateral lunge to one side, nice and deep. Lateral lunge to the other side. Okay, so switch leg lateral lunge, that's number one. Number two is forearm side plank. This is where you're going to use your can, okay, just to keep things interesting and exciting. It is side plank on the left, okay? Now remember, you can do side plank lots of different ways. You can drop a knee, you can put one foot in front of the other, or you can stack your feet. Any of these is fine, okay? And we're just going to go up, out, rotate under, and back, okay? Up, heartbeat, rotate under, and back. Now, if you have, you can do a can, you can do a light dumbbell, whatever you like. We're gonna do that on the left side, we're gonna do that on the right side. And then we're gonna do crab reach, all right, which we've also done before. Good bridge stretch here, not too difficult. Crab reach, alternating. All right, your supporting hand is corkscrewed behind you a little bit, kind of facing backwards. Crab reach, alternating. Okay, not too tough, this circuit. Anybody have any questions about those? Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna get our timer started here, starting with that switch foot lateral lunge. And in 10 seconds, here we go. All right, so just starting in the middle of your space here. Okay, whoever did this last round of Nike tights, the lace is way too long. Okay, here we go. Not the lace, the little string that keeps them up. All right, so switch foot lateral lunge, just really good, deep stretching here, activating hamstrings, glute, making sure you're just sitting right back, chest is open. Okay. Nice job, everybody. Oh, this just feels awesome. Looking straight ahead here. Well done. Again, you can hold the dumbbell in your hand if you want to. That's great. You might try that on the second round or the third round, or not at all, whichever one works for you. And rest. Okay, going on to that side plank here. So side plank with a little bit of motion, grabbing a can or a dumbbell. Okay, starting in a good strong side plank, hips are high. All right, grab whatever weight you're gonna use. We're going overhead, we're going heartbeat, and then we're going rotation underneath. Okay, back to the beginning. Overhead, heartbeat, rotation underneath. Take your time on these. Again, if you need to drop a knee or put one foot in front of the other, totally fine. Whatever works for you. Well done. Over halfway. Check your hips, make sure they're high. Oh, we're pretty much done. And rest. Okay, going to the other side. I am delighted to announce that I'm going to take off a layer. Okay, starting in 8 seconds here on the other side. 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, other side here. Again, checking in early, making sure those hips are high. And same movement with your arm, with your can, or maybe it's just your fist. That's fine too. You might find that one side feels a little bit more coordinated than the other. I definitely do. The dog has decided to stand up, spin 3 times in his bed, and lie back down again. That's all the activity from the corner of the garage that we're gonna get. And rest. Okay, and then moving on to crab reach here. All right, so again, this is another good strong bridge position here. Your hands are kind of corkscrewed behind you. All right. And just start with that nice high. Okay, and then you're reaching across with your right hand, hips are lowering, switch hands, reach across the other side. Okay, this isn't so much a very difficult exercise as it is just an opportunity to engage core and glutes, okay? Nice job, everybody. Oh, well over halfway. In fact, closing in on the last few seconds here. Just get that good stretch. Make sure your pelvis are coming right up every single time. Last one. And rest. Okay, going back to the switch foot lateral lunge. Middle of your space. Giving yourself lots of room on either side here. Hopefully glutes are feeling nice and fired up by this point. Ready and go. Sinking deep into that lateral lunge. Nice work all. This one's kind of meditative almost, isn't it? It is for me. This is one of those ones that you should do before every run, every ride, every row. I don't know why. It just feels like it kind of activates parts that aren't usually activated. I love it. Sitting your butt right back. And rest. Okay, side plank with motion. I think I'm gonna move to my can this time. Let go of that dumbbell. It was a little heavy. Anything that throws you off, it's probably too heavy. Ready and go. Okay, starting with good, strong side plank position. And then go ahead with the motion. Nice job, everybody. Just intense, super intentional here. There's a very funny triathlete named, oh my gosh, what's her name? Her last name is Patterson. And she's the one who wrote this funny book called Braveheart. She's Irish. And rest, go to the other side. She swears like a sailor. And she just talks about kind of the mental game of triathlon. It could probably be applied to any sport. In fact, I'm sure it could. Ready and go. But she has this video series called, she's just a tiny little blonde thing. And she has this video series called 6 Minute Six Pack. And she has demonstrating all of her exercise. You know, she kind of tears through them like an Energizer bunny. But she has two men and a woman demonstrating kind of different difficulties of each core exercise on her 6 Minute Six Pack videos. And one of them is her husband named Simon. And she just gives him so much crap. It's very cute and very funny, but she's also very encouraging at the same time. But it's just so funny watching her. She's just so much energy. I would have loved to have seen her race. I think she's a big Xterra or off-road racer. And rest. Okay, going on to crab reach now. Second time through. With that good high hip bridge, here we go. Ready and go. So crab reach. Again, just super intentional here. Your butt never comes back down to hit the ground. It kind of hovers in between. Going for that nice high hip motion. Trying to come all the way up so that as you look down towards your knee, you've got a good straight line between shoulder and knee. Glutes are activating here. Core. Get nice and warmed up. Well done. Keep it going. Just check that hip motion. Check that pelvis. Make sure it's coming up nice and high. Last one. And rest. Okay, back to switch foot lateral lunge. All right. 3, 2, 1, and go. Here we go. Last time through. So after this, I have my long run of the week, which always I look forward to, and at the same time, I have a little bit of anxiety about because, you know, as you all know, I haven't been running long for a while, and there's always like, is it gonna hurt? Is it gonna go okay? Am I gonna be able to run the paces I want to? sort of funny. I don't ever really feel anxious about biking, rarely about swimming, but maybe it's because just still getting back into it after being away from it for so long. So sort of looking forward to it, sort of dreading it. And rest. Okay, back to side plank. Running seems like one of those things for me anyway, that you don't know how it's going to go until you get out there. You have to sort of take what the day gives you, but I'm not very good at that. Ready and go. I want to control what the day gives me. I want to be master of my own domain in all things. But right now it doesn't sound like it's raining out there, which would be nice. All right, side plank with motion here, checking in with those hips, make sure they're nice and high. Well done, everybody. Last time through on this left side side plank. Just checking in, making sure your hips are square and high, and rest. Okay, the other side. So for triathletes on the call this weekend, we have our 8K winter freeze run. And go on the right side now. Of course, if you're a rower on the call, you can also join us for an 8K winter freeze run. Why not? Good training. Nice, good kind of mid distance there, somewhere between 5 and 10K. It's amazing how 8 always falls in the number line between 5 and 8, doesn't it? 5 and 10. Nice job, everybody. I've gotten permission from the Almighty to do it as a progressive run, which means starting, a little bit slower and then each mile progressing a little bit faster. And rest. Okay, crab reach. I thought about doing it for my Canadian friends as a 2K, increasing every crab reach now, you guys, increasing every 2K, but I just could not. And go. Get my mind around how I was going to work my watch, because I'm much more familiar with mile splits, and then try to run 4 times 2K. So I decided to change it to 5 by 1 mile. Much easier on the math if you're an American. That is one wonderful challenge about working with people who are not from the States. I think I have 5 athletes now who live in another country, and of course they're all on metric. 2 of them are on this call right now. And it just bends my brain trying to make sure that I'm remembering to switch over to, kilometers rather than miles when I figure out mile splits or running splits. Really good for me. Okay, last reach here. And done with that circuit. Awesome. Any questions about any of those? Good, good. Okay, here we go. Number 3. Circuit number 3. This is where we're going to utilize our bench. Now, you don't have to have a bench. Where's my weight? You can do this on the ground. So I'm going to demonstrate on the ground first, okay? This is bird dog row, all right? So we're in bird dog, right? This would be bird dog, but we're rowing with this hand, this arm, the right arm. So if your left leg is extended, your right arm is rowing. Now, if you've got a bench, it just means you've got a little bit more range of motion, okay? So if you're on the bench, left leg extended, right arm doing the work. So either way is totally fine. So we're gonna do that on the right side, we're gonna do that on the left side, and then we're going to go ahead and do one-legged heartbeats, all right? So we're just going to be balanced on one leg in a position of stability. I'll do this from the side. Okay, nice tight core, and we're just doing heartbeats right here. Okay, and then at halfway, I'll cue you and we'll switch to the other side. Actually, you know what we'll probably do? We'll probably do one side. First circuit, first time through, one side, next time through. You understand what I'm saying. I'll cue you when we get there. Okay, and then the last exercise is that push up to traveling plank. You do not need sliders. As you know, I use sliders because my floor is so damn cold. Okay, but basically we're doing a push up. We're walking our planks to the other side of our mat or whatever the spaces that we're in, push up. Okay, so traveling plank, with a push-up on the end. All righty? Any questions about any of those? Some sauce. Okay, here we go. Starting with that bird dog row. I'm gonna use a big girl weight here. Getting started in 10 seconds. All right, so starting a good strong bird dog position. Left leg is extended. Core is engaged. And go. Here we go. So we're just rowing with our right arm. Again, if you're on the ground, that's totally fine. Left leg is extended. Glute is engaged. Challenge here, of course, is that we've taken away 2 of the 4 legs of the table. And then we're putting a weight in your right hand. So you really got to engage through that core. Hips are level. All right. Again, this is less about the amount of weight you're pulling, more about your balance, your stability, engagement through the core. Gaze should be about, I don't know, 2 feet in front of your hand, something like that. So not looking straight down, making sure your head is aligned on your neck. And rest, going to the other side. Some of you may be feeling this as much in your extended glute as you are in your working lat. Okay, right leg is extended now. 3, 2, 1, and go. Again, might take a couple seconds to get the balance here. I'm on an extraordinarily skinny bench. So I'm like tight roped in a line here. Nice job, everybody. Again, gaze is a couple feet in front of that right hand. Check in with that glute. Make sure that right leg is extended and high. You can almost feel your core working here to balance yourself. That's good. And rest. Okay, moving on to the one-legged heartbeat. Okay, you can do this with a dumbbell, you can do this with a can, you can do this with a towel. Doesn't really matter, all right? Again, you're starting from a position of stability. We're starting on the left leg. And go. Just extending forward and back. Some of you may lose your balance the very first heartbeat. That's totally fine. That's the point, right? Challenging your balance here. Not so difficult just to stand on one foot, but once we start adding motion and weight, it becomes more difficult. We're going to stay on this foot for the whole 45 seconds here. We'll do the other leg the second time through. Nice engaged core, eyes are straight ahead. Nice work, everybody. And rest. Okay, moving on. 4th is the push up to traveling plank. Again, you do not need sliders for this. This is just my own hand-saving innovation here. Ready and go. So push up and then just walk your plank, I don't know, a couple of meters, 3 meters. Push up on the other side. I often laugh that my garage floor at this one place is so slippery. I don't know why. One of these days, my hands are just gonna splay apart on these sliders. I'm gonna take out my teeth. That'll be an interesting day. All right, over halfway there, you guys. Nice work. Make sure your butt is low, core is engaged. We often talk about how push-ups are as much a shoulder and arm and chest workout as it is a core workout. I should have said that the other way around. Core workout as much as it is shoulder workout. Okay, and rest. Back to the top again. Doing those rows, bird dog rows. Ready and go. So left leg is extended. Right arm is rowing. Gaze is a couple feet in front of your hands. Making sure you're in a good, strong tabletop position. Those look good, Dorothy, and what else can I see there? Chris, nice work. Rihanna. Everyone else is out of camera view. Very good. Wow, it's cold enough in my garage. I can see my breath. I did not think that. All right, nice job. 3, 2, 1, and switch. Ooh, I can feel that in my left glute. Anybody else? All right, switching to the other side now. Right leg is extended. Left arm is rowing. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Nice work, all. Working through the middle part of the set. Finding on this side, noticing the core engagement even more to stop from tipping over. It is funny how one side always feels a little different from the other side. I guess the goal here is to have them both feel the same, but we'll all work towards that. Over halfway. Whoa. Nice work, everybody. 10 seconds to go on this side. And rest. Okay, moving on to the one single-legged heartbeat. So we're gonna, this time we're doing the left leg in the air, right foot, right leg is the stabilizing leg. And go, here we go. Nice job, everybody. Just really making sure that core is super engaged here. Good, strong upper body. That looks good, Lisa and Lisa, those look awesome. Nice job, Olivia. There we go, good work. Keeping that left knee nice and high. Whoops, I had to put my foot down. You can feel this through the right glute. Your right knee is just slightly bent, so you're activating that glute. Nice job, all. Good work, Elisa. And rest. Okay, push up to traveling plank. Second time through. If I can do it without my sliders. Okay. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. Push up to traveling plank. Nice work here. Remembering for the push up, you can always drop your knees if you need to, no big deal. Okay, if it's not my hands sliding, it's my feet sliding. My feet are on my yoga mat and it's not staying stable. All kinds of challenges over here in the Hochman garage. All right, keeping it interesting. A couple more here. Last push up and rest. Okay, gang, closing in on the end here. Third time through, bird dog row. Left leg extended, right arm's doing the work. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. Nice job, all. Just still focusing on technique as you get tired here. Left leg high, glute uber engaged. Gaze about a foot in front of your hands. Well done, over halfway. Checking in with the core. Checking in with that left leg. 2, 1, and rest. Okay, other side, second side, best side. Right leg is extended. Left arm is doing the work. 3, 2, 1, and go. Here we go. Nice job, everybody. Those look really good, everyone. Nice job, Olivia. Chris, Rihanna, well done. All right, couple more here. And rest. All right, heartbeat. Here we go. We're gonna switch you halfway through on this one. So you can get all the legs equal credit. I'm gonna start on our left side. So left foot, left leg is doing the work, right leg is up and go. Here we go. We'll switch you halfway through. Knee nice and high. You should have your femur, your quad should be parallel to the ground on these. There we go. That looks good, Lisa Walker. Nice job. Well done. Those look good, everybody. I see my barefoot friend wobbling there, but you're doing a good, awesome job. If I was barefoot, I'd be wobbling like crazy. Okay, switch to the other side. Again, left knee high, right leg's doing the work. Well done, all. Last circuit here, last time through. After this, it's stretching between us and coffee, or us and running, depending on where you are. And rest. Okay, here we go. Traveling plank. Push up to traveling plank. Go back. I'm gonna go back to my sliders. My hands are too cold. We're ready and go. All right, last time, you guys. Let's crank out a few more push-ups. Keeping those glutes engaged as you walk your plank here. Quads are engaged. Core is engaged. Everything's engaged. Speaking of being engaged, I wish the Duke would hurry up and propose to the young Bridgerton girl, because I'm getting a little bored of waiting for all their ridiculousness and his hang-ups about his father. Of course, I'm talking about the Bridgerton series on Netflix. I'll be honest, you guys. I actually had to Google what was going to happen because I just couldn't bear the suspense. Okay, last push-up. And done. Nice work. All right, gang. We got a few minutes to stretch here. Let's take advantage of it. You can unmute yourselves if you'd like. Move all my toys out of the way. Let's see. Move my mat forward a little bit. Lower my camera. There we go.
Making me want to watch that show now. You're cracking me up.
It is so ridiculous. Okay, what are we starting with? Let's start with grabbing your slider. Actually, no, let's not gonna do those. We're gonna go ahead and do the rower stretch to start. So left leg extended, right knee to your chest. All right. Yeah, I mean, it is it's silly. But it is eye candy as I said before, just because the costumes are so amazing. Okay, now pull your knee across your body. Right shoulder stays on the ground. Good mid-thoracic spine rotation here. Hip stretch, etc. The thing is, the episodes appear to be very long. I mean, I guess they're only 50 minutes, but they seem like they go on forever. I think I'm only on episode 4. But, you know, we've already had like intrigue and duels and lots of costumes and lots of food. Okay, bring your left knee to your chest, right leg extended. Yeah, I don't want you, I mean, this is literally what I watch for 20 minutes every night while I'm stretching. And Steve kind of walks through and he's like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. And he's absolutely right. Okay, bring it across your body. Left shoulder stays on the ground. Oh, that feels good. Mid-thoracic twist here. Yes, where we are right now is the elder brother is dueling the Duke, which of course isn't really going to happen because someone would die and that would be bad. And I don't think it's that kind of serious, but that's what's up next. But as I said, I already read the show notes and I know it's going to happen because it's the only way I can watch this show. All right, sitting up, let's go ahead and put your right foot against your left thigh. All right.
Juliet, did you ever see Hamilton?
Of course I saw Hamilton.
Okay, good, just checking. At that duel scene, both Becky and I were singing the duel song from Hamilton.
Yeah, no, it's just so funny. I didn't see that, you know, that was kind of the East Coast thing, right? And we were here and we didn't have access to the show. And I heard all of my East Coast friends, including my sister, just go on and on about it. And I'm a little bit of a musical aficionado. Like I've seen every single musical that exists. I love musicals. I know the music to all the musicals. I used to sing them to my kids, the old school ones, the new school ones, Andrew Lloyd Webber, Trevor Nunn, I've seen them all. But I was hearing about all this rave about Hamilton. I'm like, okay, really, how good can it be? Okay, switch to the other side. And then my roommates from college, who are still my best friends, Janice and Eileen, about 4 years ago, we got together in Phoenix for a weekend, the girls' weekend. They both live on the East Coast. Janice had already seen Hamilton 3 times. Eileen had already seen it once, but Janice sprung for all of us to get tickets to the show in Phoenix. And I already knew the music and all of that. And I gotta say, it was better than Build. I am a groupie, big time. And I think it's just because it's so clever. I mean, the music thematic is so clever. It's very sort of Les Mis-esque or like Phantom-esque in that each character has their own musical line, and all the themes interweave, and then the lyrics are just freaking brilliant. So I know all the words to all the songs, and actually it got me through most of the 2018 season because some of that music is great to train to. So yes, I am a Hamilton devotee. Okay, let's cross that left foot over the right leg. Just start by grabbing your knee to your chest. I also learned a lot about American history, I have to admit, through watching Hamilton. And when I do insert myself into a political discussion at our dining room table, I insert often facts that I know about Hamilton's presidency because of the musical. Okay, rotation. And my son looks at me and he goes, "Did you get that from Hamilton?" Because of course he's read 17 books on the subject. I'm like, "Yep." He's like, "Okay, well, at least it's accurate." Yeah, Lin-Manuel is just a really, really bright guy. All right, let's switch to the other side. So right foot over left knee. And one of the things I really like about the musical is that, of course, the actors are mostly people of color, which I think is awesome. And they're also so athletic. I mean, you know, the guy in the production that I saw and on the Disney special, which of course was on the 4th of July last year. Okay, and rotate. The guy who played Lafayette and Jefferson, same character, looked like he'd stepped right off of a wrestling mat or a football field. I mean, he was so athletic, and the way he moved around the stage was just awesome to watch. It was great. Yeah, I loved it. I could go on, and I already have, so I won't anymore. All right, you guys, let's flip down into pigeon really quick here. So right knee in front of you, nice open chest. We'll do this, and then we'll do downward dog, and then I'll let you go since we're just a little past 7:30. I knew it was a little bit of a risk to try to cram in a starter and 3 circuits, but there you go, bang for your buck right there. Okay, and then just lower down to your elbows. We're just about 7:33 right now, so if anybody has to go, please don't feel bad about that. Yeah, just think how much better I could do in our family dinner table conversations if they made a musical about every like JV political figure in history. Like we already know about all the major people, but not that Hamilton was JV, but nobody knew about him before the musical. That would be so awesome for me. Someone should just do that. Okay, switching to the other side. Ooh, the side needs a little work. Okay, starting with a nice open chest, just pressing forward through that left hip. Yeah, I would see Hamilton again if I was given the opportunity. Actually, I guess I did on the music. And then lower yourself down onto your elbows. We signed up for Disney Plus for 1 month so that we could watch it on TV. My husband had never seen it. He's not as much of a musical buff as I am. And then, of course, we let the Disney thing expire. I'm sure half of the United States did that. Okay, and pop back up into downward dog. We'll just do our calves, and I'll let you guys go to your breakfasts or your runs or whatever you got going next. Just pedaling through your downward dog here. Get those calves stretched out. As I always say, healthy calves mean healthy Achilles and healthy feet, which is a great thing for everybody. All right, walk your feet to your hands. hamstring. Hopefully you're a little bit closer to the ground than you were when you started today. And we're done. Nice job, all. That was a good one. Lots to do in that set. Pause the recording here.